And
good job. I was like, someone got to go live.
Yeah, I was like, we're talking about all this nerdy stuff anyway. Might as well.
Yeah, we might as well go live, right?
Yeah, all this X-Men stuff. I think everyone's talking so much crap about the MCU right now and this and that, blah blah blah. Once X-Men comes out, it's gonna revamp everything. Yeah. This is gonna be a giant revamp of everything because, like you said, like all the casting was so dead on for the most part, but the MCU, they're really dead on with their casting as well. Even times where you're like, that's not gonna work, and then it works.
It works. Yeah.
So
Marvel really hasn't missed with or the MCU hasn't really missed with pretty much any of their casting. I can't really think of one that I've been unhappy with or that's kind of fallen below my expectations. So I'm hoping they really knock it out of the park. I
don't know. Will Poulter. I see Will Poulter, and I'm like, really? You're Adam Warlock?
Like, how?
Really?
How is that going to happen? Yeah.
Like, all right, but I guess you want to go younger. But I'm thinking Adam Warlock. I'm thinking like
Alexander Skarsgård.
I'm looking for a bigger dude, like a big, too tall, like almost perfect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like an Adonis dude, right?
Exactly. I mean, what do I think of?
We're gonna get to Black Phone in a minute, Baker. We're just kind of like hanging out.
Sorry,
talking random stuff. But yeah, kind of there.
I mean, I wouldn't mind like if Jared Padalecki would be, a blonde. I mean, because he's so big, he's imposing of a character that you need that type of thing. Yeah. Only problem is he's too old. I think he's too old now. But him 8 years ago, I think that works.
When Supernatural first started, maybe.
No. I mean, that's 20 years ago. But I'm like, Supernatural season 6, 7. Like that works. Well, and he has long hair. You go blonde, and that would work.
But he's not bad in terms of age. What's he, like 39 now? Something like that?
38. He's like my age. He's like 30. He might be 37.
Yeah.
He might be my age.
Yeah. Our age.
Hey, this is not really that bad.
My fault. Sorry, Derp.
Oh, he's 39. You're right. He's 39.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Well, I guess he's not really that bad.
I don't know if his acting chops are that good. Like, he's good for CW for sure. Is he MCU level of acting? Like, I don't know.
Poulter? What are we talking about?
Poulter's good. Will
Poulter,
he's good.
You think
he's a pretty good actor? He's a good actor. I don't know if he can pull off like
Adam Warlock?
the perfect being, like Warlock. I don't know.
I don't know, man. If you've seen recent pictures of him, dude did have that glow up.
Hey, but I know he's gonna be huge. He's gonna get huge. He has that frame, because even when you think about, you see him in these movies, the Scorch Trials and all the other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He was the biggest one of everybody. He was bigger than every other kid. He made him look tiny. So I mean, maybe they know what they're doing.
Yeah, and I think really James Gunn really surprised me with a lot of the casting that he did for the members of the Guardians. As I kind of had specific kind of visions in my head for most of the characters, and like I never would have thought like Dave Bautista would
that was good.
His tracks.
That was actually good.
Yeah, and even though they did change up the character from the comics for James Gunn's vision and his narrative voice, it works. Pretty much all the casting works, and
the way it was directed, they were the right people to cast. I mean, it doesn't take too much of itself. It doesn't think too much of itself. You can have fun and joke around and be those type of characters and still be strong enough to be an actor to actually still carry the character home. So
exactly,
it just works. It really does.
Exactly.
I gotta go. Baker Reviews. You see what Baker Review says?
Which one is
Oh,
it's top 5.
Yeah.
I was gonna bring that. Well, hold on, real quick. Brian, are you getting a static from Brandon as well, or is it just me?
No, it was that fire alarm or the.
No, I heard that. No, like static.
Talk,
It might just be me.
Talk again.
Me talk.
Yeah,
I'm talking.
I only hear a little bit.
Okay, it might be on my end, like with my headphones. I was having issues with them yesterday.
This is
Yeah,
the best I've heard Brandon sound in a long time.
Okay, yeah, then it's on my side then. All right.
I was actually hearing a little bit of static, Tank, whenever you talk, which is weird.
Da-da-da.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, I know, right? I don't know. Well, I guess Brian's the third party. How we both sound?
You both sound great. So
cool.
funny.
Well, I know I was having computer issues last night. I was trying to stream with Martin.
Oh yeah.
I was having issues where I couldn't. I was playing with him, but I couldn't stream, and I was trying to go on Twitch, and I was having issues. So, I wonder if it carried over. But yeah, so yeah. So if everyone sounds good now, I could deal with the static. Not that big of a deal. Okay. But yeah, going back to what Baker said real quick. So he said his top 5 for the year: The Batman, Massive Talent, Black Phone, Top Gun, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Whoa. Yeah. All right. So I like all 5 of your movies. Mm-hmm. Top Gun for me is number 2.
Okay. What's number 1?
I think the Batman Top 1 and Top Gun could literally be interchangeable for me. Like Top Gun was that good of a movie.
1A and 1B.
And Massive Talent, I told you, I walked out of that movie theater and said, what the hell? It was so good.
I finally watched it. We watched it on Saturday night. Oh, it was so good. I know I don't want to get much into it because we already reviewed it.
It was so good.
It was perfect for Nicolas Cage. And I even there's no one else, not a single actor that could have done it as he did it. Like it was made for him.
I agree. Yeah.
So, yeah, Massive Talent is definitely in the top 5.
Everything Everywhere All at Once is so good. I agree with all 5 of them. I just put them in different order.
Baker says I sound a little echoey. Let me try something on my end.
You always sound echoey. That's okay.
Yeah, I know. We gotta get you a nice little mic.
Yeah. I need a. And I always try to cancel out my echo on here.
Well, I got your echo cancellation on there.
Yeah.
So did you test to make sure you're on the mic though?
Yeah, and I'm trying out one more thing. Hang on.
Okay. While he's doing that, say, I know Black Phone's technically 2021, but get off my back.
Yeah, I'm trying something else. My microphone is.
Now you kind of getting static.
Any difference? Or
now it's staticky.
A little staticky now.
Yeah.
Trying different outputs or different things. Because I love you guys, man. I swear I'll be on with you guys one day. Yes, Baker.
You need to come on. This would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Baker. How about any difference, or is there still static or echo?
It's actually the echo is because you're in a room with not a lot of stuff. It's a big open room, so I could tell that. But your static is worse now than it was before. It was good before.
You know what I'm gonna. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna.
Mute. I think you got
mute yourself. Well, say something now.
Yeah. Hang on 1 second.
I still don't. Okay.
Yeah.
Bueller.
Yeah, Baker, we gotta get you on, man. Yeah, we gotta get you on. I know I love your reviews. He always throws in I don't want to say a dad joke, but it's kind of like little dad jokes or something like that. You said one. Baker said one during his Batman review, and it got me laughing. It was pretty funny. It was very kind of. I think he knew it was corny. I think it was the Batman, but it was good. So,
hey,
yeah, Baker does awesome reviews.
I don't know if you can read this, but it says Gryffindor. Everything I got. Everything I got from
Gryffindor.
I got everything. Like I'm such a nerd. It's so bad. Like you ever just look at yourself like I can't believe you.
Oh, dude. Well, I'm looking. I'm like, I bought something, but I left it upstairs. It was another a lightsaber that I found at the Goodwill.
Oh,
But it was
really?
it was like it's not like a good one, but it's a nice one to match my other one.
The one I just bought ordered today, I gotta show you as soon as it comes in. It's supposed to be here by Friday. It's pretty awesome. I was like,
Questions first or Elvis review first? What do you think, Brian? You want to do?
I want to hear his questions. I mean, we know, but I think I want to hear about it.
Yeah. So he's talking about the questions that he had asked. That he had asked Dimitri from Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
And then his quick Elvis review. I have a Willy Wonka flavor at my house.
I'm all for it.
A G? What G make? Not sure which one. What game is that? I'm not sure what game that is. Then you excited for Hogwarts Legacy? Yes. Yes. Oh my god. It looks so freaking good. It looks so freaking good.
Is there a release date for that game yet?
I don't know. But the trailer looked amazing.
Yeah, it looks absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any difference at this point with my mic, but
mic sounds good. But now you got your light in the back makes you look dark.
Hang on 1 second. Let me turn on the light in here.
Oh, you're the shadow figure. Turn the light in the background off too.
Okay.
The 88 THC. Nice.
Really?
Okay. Hang on. I'll turn off the light in the background. Hang on.
Yeah. While you do that, we can talk about Derpy's questions.
You're saying holiday 22. This year.
That'll be good. I'm okay with that. Yeah.
All right. So let's get into real quick. I'll make it an official segment. All right. Thank you. I think that's is that Brandon's mom? I think.
Yeah, it is.
Like in the stream. So Derpy wants to go meet Dimitri from Cobra Kai. Excuse me. He had asked a couple questions. I think he had a couple questions. So the first question he asked is, would you like to see Tori take down Silver? And the response was yes. So
I'm surprised he actually responded. I'm surprised he responded to that, honestly. Like he's like, if I told you that I had to kill you again. It's just no matter what.
Yeah. I can feel either it's so obvious that it's gonna happen or it's not gonna happen where he can just be like, I
would like to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. But that was kind of any takes on that one with Tori taking down Silver.
That's exactly why I think it has to happen some way. She's the only one with ammunition against him right now, so she has to play a big part in it.
Yeah, I feel like she's going to be the next big redemption arc. Behind Hawke.
I was going to say she's going to be Robbie. How Robbie's going to come back, and then she'll be right behind him. Like Tori will befriend all of them, and the last one, Sam's going to be the last one to accept her, and then finally she accepts her, and then they're a duo that you can't break up anymore. It's going to be something like that.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I can see that. And then we got question number 2. He said, question 2, will Mike Barnes show up? And his response was, can or cannot confirm. He really didn't give me an answer.
I will take as a yes, he will.
Exactly. That can or cannot confirm usually means yes, and I can't say anything. So that's interesting. That gives me, it kind of hypes me up a little bit. Like, we're really Mike Barnes at the next season. It makes sense. You
have to. I mean, he's the only villain left to bring in, and it makes sense because Silver will bring him. It just makes sense.
Yep.
Definitely for that one. And then the third and final question he said was question 3 was, when can we expect the next trailer for season 5 Cobra Kai? And his response was, if he told me Netflix would kill me. There you go.
You become Tom Holland when he blurted out all the Spider-Man stuff.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So pretty like really good questions. Really good question. I know question 1 and 2 was ours, and then the trailer one. Trailer one's probably a good question because we only got one trailer so far for season 5.
And we're talking about August.
Is it August? Yeah.
September, right?
September 5th. September 5th. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, maybe they're playing this smart and they're doing the opposite of what everyone else is doing. Like one trailer and then you wait, and then
that's what Thor is doing. Do we know anything about Thor right now?
No.
What I want.
The one trailer is basically the same thing you've seen, just from different angles. It's like, now I'm going to watch it from here, and now I'm going to watch it from here, and now I'm going to watch. Like, that's all they're doing. They're not telling you anything about the synopsis or what to expect or anything. It's just, and I like it that way. I want to be able to go into the movie and just enjoy it.
Same. Yeah. I'm just really crossing my fingers that they do good with Jane Foster as Thor, because the Jane Foster as Thor storyline in the comics is awesome, and we all know that Natalie Portman's a great actor. And it's a shame that the first 2 movies that she was in didn't really give her a whole lot to work with. So I'm hoping
the 2 worst movies in all of MCU history.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Are we going to review those leading up to Love and Thunder?
Dude, that's not bad. I wouldn't mind doing a watch party.
Yeah.
We should do a watch party for 1, 2, and maybe even Ragnarok.
I think we should do a watch party for 1 and 2 and just have me just film me sleeping the whole time. Like,
nice.
And then Ragnarok comes on. I'm like, yes. Yes.
Yeah. Wait, we'll finish up with that. Derpy's his meetup with Dimitri. But he said here there's a potential trailer in August. But it drops September 9th. So I mean, if they do a trailer in August, I feel like it's gonna be like what Brian said Thor's doing. It's like, oh, here's the same thing from a different angle.
Yeah.
You know? So that's what if it's that close, I don't see them dropping anything major like a week before the show comes out. That's
just reminding you now. This is reminding you is coming September 9th, guys. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, that's really all we need.
And then he heard they paid him to go there. I think it was a minor league baseball game. I think that it was $500K, $500 to $600K.
Well, did I will take that money from? What? Look,
I like Dimitri, but damn.
Yeah, dude. I had my family, my sister's sister, my wife's family had like concerts, jazz concerts, and we had like the Isley Brothers come in, and we paid them for a 3-hour concert, like $200,000. You know, and that band, we paid him $80,000. So if he got 500, I'll take a 0 off of that and take that just because, just for appearance to that. But wow, hey, whatever you can get, more power to you. I'm not ever against anyone getting that money. Get your money.
50 to 60 sounds more in the price range for that character. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Dimitri, but he's not the main star. He's not even the second, kind of main character. But I do really like his character. I thought his character was
But you also know it could be like a tour. It could be hitting like 10 of these little things up, and he gets $500,000 if you hit all 10 of these things. It makes sense. It definitely could happen.
Yeah. So and then so we'll get into some of these other comments. But yeah, so this was all Derpy meeting Dimitri from Cobra Kai. So we got to meet him. That was cool. I think he posted a picture up in the Discord. So if you want to go see him with Derpy with Dimitri, which he looked pretty tall, man.
Yeah,
I didn't expect him to be tall. So go check out the Discord. Discord link is in the description. But stick around. We're gonna talk about some other stuff before we get into our review. I see a bunch of other comments.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about.
Let's hang out for a little bit. Yeah. So yeah, we got couple things real quick. Go back to Baker because so Baker got a movie rankings of 2022 so far. Black Phone, X. I haven't seen X yet. Scream, Men, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Really, Scream
And
4 was terrible.
I did not.
I liked it.
But I mean, did you?
Yeah, I did. I thought it was a I thought it was a good continuation. I loved all the Easter eggs. I liked even though it was a torch pack.
Wasn't it so bad that what was that Sydney deciding that she ain't doing it anymore? Like,
well, I heard it was an issue with Nev Campbell's pay. I heard they were trying to lowball her in terms of her salary.
Well, I just read an article today that she's secretly signing a contract to be in the next Scream.
Wow.
Did I post it? I might have posted it in the Spoiler King group over on.
The main thing that I didn't like about Scream 5 was the lead actress who played Sam. She was freaking awful. But other than that, I liked Scream 5. I really liked it, and it gave me one of my favorite movie quotes of this year so far, and that's when they were going over when they were talking about the suspect list, and the one guy, Wes, is like, "What about Deputy Dewey? You know, you got stabbed a billion times, got dumped by your famous wife, and crawled into a bottle. I think it's safe to say you're on the suspect list." And then Dewey's got like, "Well, maybe you're the killer because that cut deep."
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but you know, just no. You know what? I gotta do this.
Stop it. Get some help.
Just stop it.
I'm happy that somebody shares the same sentiment with me about Sam. She was awful, right? Gosh.
The movie wasn't well. It wasn't written well. It was a Netflix movie. It should have been not even Netflix. It should have been on like Paramount. it was like Firestarter. It should have been on like that. Like that. I mean, that's I don't know.
I really liked it.
It just I don't know. There was parts of it that were just
better than Scream, and I saw Men, and it was really creepy.
I have not seen Men yet.
I have not seen Men.
My sister was like, "It's really good." She said it was. There were people that left the theater, like there was something that happened, and people left the theater because they were upset. And I'm like, upset because of the thing they were trying to tell, or upset because of what they saw on screen. She's like, a little bit of both. So I was like, oh, okay. So I want to see Men so bad, though. I do.
Yeah, I gotta see it. Alex Garland wrote and directed it. I gotta see it at some point in time.
Yeah. Usually all the men are played by one guy, or most of the men. So
all the character men are by one guy.
Yeah. So that's definitely cool. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I cannot put that on any list that is best. It was
well, there's only been like 7 horror movies this year, so I mean his list is pretty solid. It's just the gap between 1 and 2 is big. The gap between 2 and 3 is gigantic. I like Men more than I like Scream 4, you know, and then I thought Scream 4 was terrible, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre wasn't even a good movie.
Yeah, I put Multiverse of Madness as a horror movie up higher before Texas Chainsaw.
I can roll with that.
Yeah,
I can allow that.
That's because he saw it again. He understand how it was such a Sam Raimi movie. That's why.
Very much a Raimi movie, right?
Listen, there's 8 horror movies. Is that this year or just in general? Like she's like, no, there's only 8. That's a horrifying movie. Yeah. But keep in mind these are only the horror movies I've seen this year. Yeah. That's Texas Chainsaw Massacre was awful. Like you said, there's really it makes it on the list by default, right?
By default, yeah, like there's nothing else there.
Yeah. So hopefully, around Halloween time we'll get it. Oh yeah. So okay, let's just say there's been only 8 horror movies this year. So, I would have to look at that. And she goes, Doctor Strange was a damn horror movie. Yeah, it was brutal. Yeah, it had parts.
Do you know Honestly, I was telling Brandon, like, when I was on vacation, I watched Doctor Strange again, and I agree with his sentiment. Like, it was not as bad as I remembered it being, but I also remember going into it so excited. I thought this was gonna be the greatest movie since Avenger Endgame, and it was no Avenger Endgame, and that was my fault, hyping it up that much in my mind. Why would a regular movie be the same as Endgame? Endgame might be. I watch Endgame every so often and just realize how good of the acting, how good of writing, how they finished 18 character arcs in one movie. Like, it is amazing. They brought back characters. People were crying in the movie theater when Iron Man dies. People were crying. Spoiler alert: Iron Man dies. But people are crying. I mean, they have a scene just for you to cry and not miss nothing. You can cry with your own characters, like you in your own group. You can still crying with them. Like, it was amazing. It is unbelievable. And my fault was thinking it was going to be a movie like that. And it had no business being that. So going back and rewatching it, giving it proper context, it wasn't that bad of a movie.
Yeah.
I think now that we can see it at home, see it.
Yeah, I was just saying that earlier, Baker. It was the MC formula. As much as I love the MCU, a lot of the movies don't have a very specific voice, in terms of style and that sort of thing. So it was nice to see Sam Raimi make a very Sam Raimi film in the MCU. I need more of that energy moving forward in the MCU. Like,
that's what Kevin Feige said.
Yeah,
Feige said that he was going to do it. He's like, I want more experienced directors coming in, so I could do less, because he's trying to put his hands on everything, so he could do less. And he could have a flavor of a movie that just is great. Just like Taika Waititi. I mean, it's that having that type of director just brings the best out of that movie.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Yeah, that's why I'm so psyched for this Love and Thunder, because it's going to be even more of Taika.
Yeah,
Taika. They're like, oh, you did great the first one. Like, they kind of like let him off his leash a little bit more, I feel like. So it'll be pretty good.
Yeah.
But then also, before we move on, excuse me. So Derpy watched. He said he was gonna suffer and watch the Airbender, the live action movie, the one that what was his name?
Why would you do that to yourself? M. Night Shyamalan.
M. Night, yeah. So he's like, can't say something about the Airbender movie. So he rewatched it. He told me he was rewatching it. I guess he was rewatching it. He was rewatching it. His dad never seen it, so it was kind of good to see get a new perspective, I think Brian was saying. Yeah, to painfully rewatch The Last Airbender last night, because I watched the whole cartoon series of Avatar with his father and wanted his opinion on it. So real quick, also, I don't think you said it, but what was his opinion on the cartoon? Did he like the cartoon? But so much pain. Yeah.
But you know what? It's because M. Night Shyamalan knows how to disappoint more than any other director that I've ever met. He knows how to disappoint so much. Oh, it hurts your heart. He goes right for the jugular. Like,
what really tickled me in the movie Old is that he came up with a rapper name called Midsize Sedan, and everyone just ran with it. Everyone just went with it. I want to know what other rapper names what other names he came up with and thought of before he said Midsize Sedan is the one.
I don't know if you remember this, Brandon, but when we worked at Family Video, yes, we worked at Family Video. I said the worst movie I've ever seen in all my existence was The Village. I hated that movie so much. And you know what? I look back at it and I think, why did I hate it so much? It was because I hate M. Night Shyamalan. I hate him so much. It was a stupid movie. That all his twists and turns, except for The Sixth Sense, are stupid. I'm done.
And mind you, at one point in his career, people were hyping this man up to be like he was going to be the next Spielberg or Hitchcock.
Yeah. Because no one saw The Sixth Sense. No one saw it coming.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like The Village, like, man, I remember like when the first time watching it, I'm like, this is good. It's scary. It's good. It's good. It's good. And then for me, a horror film, any kind of scary film, always depends on how it ends. If it ends poorly, it ruins the entire movie. If it ends perfectly, then it's gonna be a classic. That had the absolute worst ending, where at the end of the movie, you're mad for sitting and watching the whole movie.
You tell me you've been right outside of regular places this entire time. You sit, tell me the entire time you're 2 blocks away. What the are you talking about, M. Night Shyamalan? This is the most I've ever seen in my life. Like,
he had a no-fly zone.
Yeah. Hang on.
And then remember, I said, the Signs was a good movie until the end. Swing Away. It was a really good movie to the end.
The water thing. It makes no sense. Why are aliens?
Then why are you here?
Exactly. It makes no sense. Like
75% of your planet is made of the thing that can kill us, and it drops from the sky. What?
Yeah. Also, the people that live here are also like what? How much are we? Like 80%? Like
80% water. Like,
so if one of us bleeds on them, like
we sweat too hard.
Blood. Yeah, sweat too much. I burn. But real quick, and Jeffrey said, it's still an insult to the cartoon and the creators of the show. Might M. Night death by plot twist. Shame on you.
Yeah. I mean, he did a bad job, even casting.
Yeah. But he said his dad loved the show. Good.
Okay, so now we have a baseline saying his dad has good taste. All right, so we know that.
Yeah, but he said at the end of the day, my father's opinion was, "Why was this made?" All right, he knows what he's talking about. Yeah. He said, "Good story, very good humor." He said. I guess when there was humor, which because I'm like, there is humor in the cartoon. There's a lot of humor because you got to remember it's an 11-year-old boy who's gonna do 11-year-old boy stuff, So there's gonna be like stupid little things. I remember like he tries to distract the people and he pulls out the little spinning thing, and it's like there's like little things like that. I think they even do that in Korra where he's older and he does it like. Or something like that along those lines. But
he was just fun. Aang was
innocent.
The innocence and the youthful exuberance. Like, it was just so awesome and seeing it. And even in a time where everyone else was dealing with death and all stuff, he was just a little kid. And he's going to be the most powerful being in the world. It's a great story. It's a great idea. And M. Night Shyamalan takes great ideas and shits on them. It's just The Happening, The Trees. That's M. Night Shyamalan.
I remember watching him like, why is he changing his name to Aang? Like Aang. Like, and he said something like, oh, that's how it should be pronounced. Like, I'm pretty sure the creators of the show
know how it should be pronounced.
He said he wanted the authentic pronunciations of the Asian names, which is hilarious because he goes and casts the whitest people you can find.
Yeah, that's funny.
He said, I don't know if he'll be able to get through Evolution. It's so bad. Yeah, that one's probably worse. The show, not the movie he's referring to. Oh yeah, okay.
So what Baker said.
His favorite was the Cabbage Guy and River People Secret Tunnel. The Cabbage Guy was always my favorite.
Yeah, I like Iroh's just my favorite the entire time.
Oh, yeah. But the Cabbage Guy is cool because then he winds up being this big shot business guy in Korra. So I was like, oh yeah, he winds up making out good at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And then Baker says, if you guys had to watch one movie once a day for the rest of your lives, The Last Airbender, Dragon Ball Evolution, or The Room by Tommy Wiseau,
Oh,
that's tough. I'd probably have to take Dragon Ball Evolution as much as I despise that movie.
because I could take Dragon Ball Evolution and talk about Dragon Ball Z and all the stuff I loved from it, and just compare how bad it was. Like I don't know why he did this, but it was really good in this. I could talk about on the anime and all that stuff.
Yeah. I gotta say The Room, because The Room is so bad on every level that it makes it fun to watch.
Here's a question: which one's the shortest one?
Oh shit!
Is it The Room? I feel like it's The Room.
I don't think so. I think he didn't want to edit much out, so I think he made it kind of long. To see. I want to say Dragon Ball. Oh, The Room's an hour and 31, so yeah, it's probably that's gonna be that one.
Yeah, it would probably be Dragon Ball for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably going Dragon Ball too.
Yeah, Last Airbender is an hour 43.
And Dragon Ball is an hour 40. It's not, none of them are really that long.
Yeah, they're all roughly. I mean, an hour 31 is the lowest, and then 41, 43. So they're all right there. But I like The Room just because I feel like you can like kind of start doing Rocky Horror Picture Show kind of style with it, where you start to act as like what you see on screen kind of thing. Like get like goofy with it. Rather than Last Airbender would just be like, I think I would criticize it like more and more and more.
The more you see, the more anger you get.
Yeah, the more I go crazy. And Dragon Ball, that Piccolo.
Piccolo. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I know Derpy had brought it up last time, and I'm like, man, it's been a long time since I've seen it. And I started looking up pictures. I'm like, oh yeah, that's why long time since I've seen it, because it is bad. It is bad. I would say Dragon Ball is the worst. Airbender's right there, right next to it. But The Room is so bad that
the casting of Airbender being almost, can you call it casting racist? Like I don't.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's so bad. Like
yeah.
This is China. What are you doing? It's just like, come on. What are you talking about?
He whitewashed the main cast, and then he got the and then on top of that, if that wasn't bad enough, he got the casting, he got the ethnicity of the Fire Nation wrong. He made
even when you have a map, I don't even understand. Like, dude, you have a map, you know where they're from. What are you talking about?
He randomly made Monkey Atsu a black dude for whatever reason.
Did he?
Yeah. Yes. Monkey Atsu was a black dude. And like, what was this dude doing? And the only reason he didn't whitewash the Fire Nation is because the guy that he originally cast as Zuko passed on it.
He's happy he did.
Yeah, because he was gonna whitewash them too. Zuko was gonna be played by freaking Jesse McCartney originally.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, Dev Patel was probably the best
cast of all.
Yeah. Well, what's his name? The guy who played Zhao, yeah. And Fire Lord Ozai. They were good actors. They didn't fit those characters.
They really didn't.
Because Admiral Zhao is like very aggressive, and what's his name? I can't think of his name. He's more comedy-ish, more like funny.
I'm not even gonna attempt to pronounce his name because I'm gonna butcher it if I try saying it. But he's more comedic. Like, I really can't believe Shyamalan thought this was gonna go over well. And I can only imagine the grief that his daughter went through after that movie came out, because like he didn't know anything about Avatar until his daughter asked to be Katara for Halloween, and that's how he found out about Avatar.
Oh,
all her fault.
He ruined it for.
So once that news broke, I'm pretty sure she never heard the end of that in school.
Yeah, thanks. Your dad ruined it. But even like, I don't know how you guys feel, but I felt like the Fire Nation at the end, I feel like they were probably more Aztec Mayan, just because the way when they went to go find the dragons and stuff, they got me very, very Central American, upper South American kind of style. This is the way they were dressed when they met the original fire dragons and stuff like that. Because I always thought like they were more like Japanese, Chinese, and then they went there, and I'm like, oh, this is very Aztec Mayan with the pyramids and the way they were dressed up. So I don't know how you guys.
I always thought about like more like Tim. What's it called? Need to see the map. What I was talking about Tibet. Yeah, I was thinking more Tibetan because you have. I mean, even in India, you have a lot of pyramids in India.
Yeah,
but I was thinking, Tibetan. Which I guess Tibetan would be more of the water nation, more because it is ice and a lot of stuff. But I'm just saying, there's a lot of hidden knowledge there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's why I was thinking about a lot of stuff. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I think you look at the map and you can really tell where the air, who the airbenders are, who the Earth King, where the Earth Kingdom is, and is the main place. I feel like you could really tell, and you could do a lot better casting. And it's all Asia, so Asia is huge, and it's what the biggest continent in all the world, and it has 15 billion people in it. You couldn't find one of the 15 billion people to cast in your movie. Come on, man. 15 billion.
and it was very cute that M. Night Shyamalan thought he was going to make 2 more of those movies.
Yeah,
that was just adorable to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he thought he was going to be smart. Yeah, everything was bad.
On the Avatar and Sokka and Eero. Smack Shyamalan in the face.
Yeah. I just like how do you so from what I understand is oh my god, Rufio, the guy who played Zuko.
Mm-hmm.
Dante Basco.
Dante Basco. He's supposed to be, supposedly the rumor is he's going to be in this live action one somehow. I'm not, obviously he's not going to play Zuko. But I think they said he is going to be in it somehow, which would be pretty cool, because that voice, he just perfect voice, and
he's too old,
obviously.
Yeah, well, not anymore. Like he can't physically play, but the voice was such a like an angry teenager. As soon as I heard it, I'm like, is that Rufio? And obviously it was, because that's what Rufio was, this angry kind of person that needed to live up to the person that he's trying to become, and then realize he needs to be his own thing. Like, yeah, it was just like, it's kind of cool. I don't know. He's always a cool character.
So, who Fire Nation Ozai? Who voiced him?
Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
That man of a million voices, man.
Great voice actor, which you never would have expected until he came on the scene as the Joker and knocked that out of the park.
Yeah.
I
don't know about you guys.
His voice actor, he as a voice, he's the best voice of Joker. Not the best actor. He's not the best Joker.
He's the one that I think of when I think Joker, or if I'm reading a Batman comic, he's like one of the.
If you're reading a Batman comic, yes. If I'm thinking about Joker, Heath Ledger is still the Joker.
Heath Ledger is like goated. Yeah, there's he will not be touched. Even if he hadn't passed away, he's still
it would have been. It was still. He would have got any role he wanted. If Heath Ledger didn't pass away, he would have got any role he wanted. He could just whatever he wanted. They would be like, yes.
Yeah. if he had lived, the world was his.
Yeah, literally.
He already did like great roles at that time. You know,
I mean,
D-Boys, Dogtown. You know,
what's
the night one?
The night? Yeah, I was gonna say because whatever that was, that one is amazing. I've watched that movie
really underrated
so many times. The one he was a knight.
Last Night.
Oh, A Knight's Tale. Yeah,
A Knight's Tale.
Knight's Tale.
It's so good. That is, I mean, taking it from 15th century to now, like and meshing them, it was so good.
It really was. And it had no business being that good. Because I remember that movie came out when I was like a teenager, and I'm like, oh, this looks lame. And then I got I think some friends like dragged me to it with them. I'm like, that was really good. I was wrong.
Yes.
Yeah. Paul Bettany kind of really took it.
Really
Alan Tudyk,
yeah,
was also in it. So yeah, though I mean, plus having Heath Ledger being who it was those three guys that really.
Heath Ledger would have been an MCU guy.
No doubt, man.
He would have had a role in the MCU eventually.
Yeah. There we go, guys. Adam Warlock.
Dude.
Just to bring it full circle. There we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, he could have been Mephisto.
Yeah, I would have rather seen him. I'm not a big fan of what's his name? Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
He just kind of creeps me out. Weird.
I could see that, especially in Nightcrawler, where he was just like a first-class grade A creep.
Yeah, his eye. He's got like when he I don't know, like in interviews and stuff, he's got like crazy person eyes. You know what I mean? Just like like he's gonna snap at any time.
Mm-hmm.
And then Baker said, "What happened?"
They said A Knight's Tale is fun.
Oh yeah, I knew that. I knew that, Baker. Marley Shelton. I'm so upset about Deputy Hicks or Sheriff Hicks in Scream this year. She was like one of my favorite new characters.
You know, Deputy Hicks, Scream 4, and Sheriff Hicks, Scream 2 is Wendy. Was it
Peppercorn from the Sandlot.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
Look up Wendy Peppercorn. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do right now. I was gonna see. Oh yeah. Oh,
It is though. It sure is.
Yeah. Holy crap! I haven't seen the Sandlot in forever.
I watched that.
Was it Marley Eve Shelton?
Marley Shelton. Yeah.
Can I say something to you guys? I have to be honest and very embarrassed about. I was yesterday years old when I realized Jack Quaid was Dennis Quaid's son.
Oh, really?
I was like, it looks just like someone. He looks just like Dennis Quaid.
He looks like both of his parents.
Yeah, and Meg Ryan. He looks like if Meg Ryan and Dennis Quaid took one of those pictures and throw their face into someone. That's him. I was like, why do I?
But there's the whole story of when he was on set for season 1 of The Boys. Meg Ryan was there a lot, and everyone was distracted because they all wanted to go meet Meg Ryan, hang out with Meg Ryan because it's Meg Ryan. She's the classic.
Yeah, like America's Sweetheart.
Yeah. So like he said it was kind of weird where she would come on set with him and everybody was just like, "Oh, get out of the way. Let me meet your mom."
Say what happened if his dad came. just
right.
Everyone will be like, "Hey, what's up, Jack?" All right.
I don't know. Because I feel like Meg Ryan's way more.
Meg Ryan was
popular,
became a bigger star, but I feel like Dennis Quaid is someone you would definitely want to have a beer with and just kind of just talk about stuff. He seems like a great poker game. He's gonna have a great cigar for you, and you're gonna be sitting like, "This is the coolest dude ever." He's like, "Shut up, it's my dad." Oh man, why aren't you like your dad?
But yeah, he is a perfect combination of both of those, both of them. It's really weird.
He really is.
And he's a great actor. He's a really great actor. In The Boys, in Scream.
Scream, yeah.
He's a really good actor. So
yeah, I can't wait till Wednesday.
Yes.
All right, let's do a Derpy.
Yeah, so we're gonna talk about the movie that Derpy went to go see real quick. All right, so we're not gonna watch. We're not watching Elvis this week, but Derpy actually Derpy won one of our gift cards to go see a movie, so he got to go see Elvis because of us. So there you go. So he used his gift card that he won for being a 200 sub giveaway. So we told him let us know what he thought about it. There's a little quick breakdown of what he thought about it. So he said Elvis was directed by Baz Luhrmann. Was definitely a film of his on drugs at times a million. So that's probably right up Baz's alley. They said Austin Butler and Tom Hanks deserves an award and totally carried the film for pacing in the beginning. Will not keep you engaged. Will not keep you engaged, but will gets going. You will say to yourself, "This is pretty good." There you go. So he said the pacing. Take care, I'm on mute real quick.
That's what I was doing.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Austin Butler and Tom Hanks deserves an award. Blah, blah. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I already knew Tom Hanks. Whenever Tom Hanks does anything, he full Tom Hanks it. So Butler totally deserves an Oscar for the voice and the mannerism, the voice, the mannerisms, and singing. Hanks for supporting. So that's probably what's gonna happen from what I hear from everybody is Austin Butler is definitely going to be up for an award. They were diehard Elvis fans crying, and even casual viewers were too. So, yeah, diehard Elvis fans are something else. They are the most diehard of diehard.
Yeah, I definitely fall under the casual viewer category whenever I end up seeing it. I'm not even gonna pretend like I know a whole lot about Elvis because legitimately I don't. But I do like Baz Luhrmann. I'll watch anything Tom Hanks is in. I think Baz Luhrmann is perfect for an Elvis movie. I love how stylish of a director he is when it comes to this sort of thing. So I'll probably end up seeing it. And I know that Austin Butler kid is already kind of on the map because he just got cast in Dune Part 2.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, he's gonna be great. He's I forgot, but he's gonna be Sting from the original movie, which is one of the brother cousin. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name. But
and already seeing him in interviews and stuff like that, I know he's gonna like crush that role. So
yeah. And he was in the West Side Story, which also was up for like Academy Award and all that stuff. So
yeah,
having an actor be used to being in big movies and going into a movie that you hope to be big is usually a good sign. And then Tom Hanks, I think whenever you work with somebody where you can just turn around and be like, was that good? And Tom Hanks gives you a little nod. I think, like if you're able to run lines with Tom Hanks, like you're lucky.
I don't know if I could.
What?
Because I'll keep on looking at Tom Hanks like, that's Tom Hanks.
Touch him. Like, are you real?
You really there? This is crazy. He's so good of an actor. Like he's just on a different level. Like there's great actors, and then there's Tom Hanks. Like he's just on a different level. Yeah. Like a movie will be good just because he's in it, no matter what.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna see with the Pinocchio also coming out where he's Geppetto. But then Derpy said, at the end of the day, if you hate Elvis or not, it's a now, just for Austin Butler and Tom Hanks' performance. So there you go. So Derpy's giving Elvis, the Baz Luhrmann, Elvis a now. So yeah, and I haven't heard a lot of people saying bad stuff about it. Everyone's giving it high reviews and ratings. So
only complaint I heard was pacing.
I think
pacing was pretty bad.
I heard somebody else saying the weird time skips, like there's weird jumps in time and stuff like that. So, but when you're trying to tell one person's entire life,
they're telling parts of the stories, and then they're just skipping. They skip like 20 years. It's like, oh, okay,
So I mean, I get it when somebody important, you just kind of want to get to the good parts. So, like just like saying another musician, um, the Beatles. It's always how the Beatles started and a bunch of shit in the middle, and then the ending. It's like you really they always focus on the two ends, how it starts and ends, and then just all the madness in the
What's
middle.
that Beatles
But,
movie? One was none of the Beatles are actually in it. Like the Beatles never existed.
The animated one.
Oh
no,
Oh,
no!
It was so good. And that one guy, he's
tomorrow.
Yesterday? Was it yesterday?
Yeah, it was
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yesterday. Yeah.
I love that movie.
I did not think I was gonna like it. I loved it.
I loved Yesterday. I was like, man, I like Beatles songs too. So, I like the feel of the era. I feel like I like the feel of the era. Just it is what it is.
So apparently, there's a 4-hour cut out there. Jesus, that's definitely coming Blu-ray. And the movie was 2 hours and 39 minutes. And there's still pacing issues. I guess, but
yeah, Baz Luhrmann loves his long run times. So
I was gonna say because we had the Romeo and Juliet from '96 was about 2 hours, and in '96 a 2-hour movie was like, oh my god, that's so long, So and then he also had the Great Gatsby, also about 2.5 hours. Moulin
I thought
Rouge,
the Great Gatsby
over
was longer than that. It was forever. I kept on looking at my. I had to watch it at the time. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah. But 2:22 is the runtime for the Great Gatsby. But,
wow, it just seems so much longer. I feel like I could have read the book in enough time.
But he does great movies. Those are probably his 3 biggest ones that I think.
It's a great movie, yeah.
Those 3. But yeah. But cool. So we got Derpy doing a fan review for us. So we appreciate that. And he used his gift card winnings to go see a movie, which is awesome. That's what we like to hear. But so he's given it a now. So I guess if you're a Elvis fan, go check out.
this is all probably in the future.
Yeah, I know the way things are looking. This movie's gonna be up for a bunch of Oscars. So next Oscar season, when we do our Oscar reviews, I'm gonna have to watch it eventually. So
yeah, I'll listen to your review.
Yeah, you just watch. Watch it. Yeah, I appreciate it. We appreciate it. We really
appreciate you, Derpy.
Yeah, man. Always in here. He's in Dynasty Pylon, always talking crap about DK Metcalf going to all the team.
That's the only reason he's my nemesis. It's all right, Derpy. Everything else you say, we good with, but
well, he goes into because right now Dynasty Pylon. If you guys don't know, Dynasty Pylon is part of the Nerd Huddle, like we are, and they do fantasy football, dynasty football kind of show. And right now they're breaking down each team, doing like an overview, and every day Derpy goes in. Like today, they were talking about the Patriots. So he goes DK to the Patriots. Like they were talking about Green Bay. You DK to the Pack. He's whatever team he does.
I don't want to get too much of the football, but this Baker Mayfield thing is interesting. I can't wait to see what happens tomorrow with Deshaun Watson. Woo!
Yeah. Tomorrow's gonna be a fun show. Well, since we're doing that, might as well do this real quick. All right, there's the schedule for all the Nerd Huddle. Those are all the live shows. So right now we're doing Spoiler Kings on the Monday. Tomorrow, Panda and Grizzly on the Nerd Huddle channel. I think we're gonna do NBA draft, and we're gonna do talk about all the other NFL stuff. And then Dynasty Pylon, they've been on every day, 6 days a week, pretty much. But Wednesdays they're
definitely on 12 days a week.
Yeah, right. They really are. And then we're back on Wednesday as well after Dynasty Pylon talking about TV shows. And then Morning Spike, I had a blast doing a mock draft. We're gonna do a bunch more of those, and I can't wait for the season to start because the Morning Spike on Sunday mornings We get all the fancy questions. It is so much fun. So there's all the Nerd Huddle shows right there. So all the links are in the description if you want to go check them out. M. Night plot twist: DK Metcalf turns out to be Brian's long lost son.
Well, considering I would have had to have
brother,
him out
maybe,
13. I don't know if that's possible, but we are both 6'5". I don't run a 4.340.
I was gonna say
I don't run a 4.340. That doesn't work. But I'm probably as strong as DK. I'll guess that I'm probably as strong as he is.
That's what I'll say. Maybe long lost brothers.
Yeah, I probably do more. I am the much slower, fatter version.
Nice. Do that. Cool, man.
Right.
To the bad news bears. It's gonna happen. It's
you know what's gonna fun? It's gonna be so fun when the Bears get better. I'm just gonna just kill everybody. I will be unbearable. Pun intended.
Yeah.
I like that.
All right, cool. So we're gonna get on to the main event of today's show. We're gonna talk about Black Phone.
All right.
So if you're watching live, stick around. We're gonna do that. If you're watching on replay, we appreciate it. Thank you. Let's let Derpy know what you thought about Elvis. But cool. Also, make sure you join the Discord. Go over there. Derpy's always in there talking. So, and if you want to join all the Nerd Huddle, we're all on Discord. So, but let's get on to the Black Phone.
Cool. Okay.
All right. So, let's try to keep it legit 30 minutes. So we can be done at 11.
I am super done with that. Let's go.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's roll.
Let's go.
All right, cool. So we are the Spoiler Kings, and this week the movie we decided to watch was Black Phone, starring Ethan Hawke. I don't know any of the other ones.
Directed.
Mason Thames, I believe, was the main.
Yes.
Mason Thames. Yeah.
So, you guys have a synopsis up?
Sure. I got one up. Yep.
You got one up.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we'll watch the trailer. Brian will give us a quick breakdown of it, and then we'll get into our likes, dislikes, and review or rating.
All right. Finney Shaw is a shy but clever in everything. Because what do you call it? She's like clairvoyant. Like she has I guess like these kind of visions or whatever. But I don't know how to explain it. But these are special kids, and I thought the connection between him and Gwen was really interesting, especially being based in like this late 70s, not quite Stranger Things, but more into the middle of Nightmare on Elm Street, Jason, right when these movies are all coming out. That's the feeling you got from this time. And I think even the way they filmed it and like all those striped shirts and all the old stuff, you could tell how old it was. I think I had one of those striped shirts in like 1980, 1985. You felt it being older. And I think that actually brought to the character of the entire movie.
Yeah, it definitely felt authentic in that regard, right?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You wanna say some good stuff that you like, Brandon?
Oh yeah. So when it comes to horror, I'm very, very picky, I'd say. So like one thing that really stands out to me is there's two things. If a horror film sets up atmosphere, feels very atmospheric, it's really done its job. And if I'm feeling uneasy from beginning to end and on edge, then it's really done its job. And I think Scott Derrickson, the director, he did like Exorcism of Emily Rose, Sinister. He did the first Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
He really hit those notes for me. And like we've been sleeping on how good Ethan Hawke is at playing creepers. I think between this and Moon and his
Moon
stint
Knight.
on Moon Knight, he's really really good at being creepy, and
But
he's
I said,
really
what
really good at
Sinister? Sinister is one of those
yeah
all-time great creepy movies, and that's Ethan Hawke again. So I mean, we just
Till the
forget.
end.
Yeah,
Till the end of the movie.
and,
It's like,
yeah.
most of the movie.
yeah and
90%.
remember like
We're good.
he's doing most of this movie with like 85-90% of his face covered up, and
Yeah.
he's just emoting and being creepy with just his eyes, his voice, and his mannerisms. So I think he crushed it. He even said in an interview he was kind of hesitant to take on the role, but like as he's entering his middle age, I think like he said in an interview, I just got to be used to playing like I got to get used to playing creepy villains at this point in my career. I think he said something to that effect in a recent interview. But I really liked it. I love the atmosphere. Like what the several jump scares there were really really caught me off guard. So I think it really like in a lot of senses of the word, it really did its job.
Yeah, it was definitely a scary movie. Like there are definitely times where I was looking at the screen and they had to pretend like I'm looking at the screen, look at the corner of the screen because I knew I was about to get scared. And as I said, I'm 6'5", 280 pounds. I can't just be jumping at people. When I start running, everyone's running. So I had to try to pretend like I'm not that scared.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Brandon said, his eyes, man. There's a few times they did like a close up to like the mask, and he has these like just the eyes and like you said, the mannerism, the way he tilts his head and stuff like that, and even the way he spoke was like he spoke kind of like cartoony. He was like, "Oh, you want to see a magic trick?"
And it was like a little boy, and then he came in this baritone when he changes it like immediately. That was freaky too.
Yeah, that was really really freaky. Like how it was just like, "Oh, I like you, but then I gotta kill you." I was like, "Gee," but he just did it so well, and then he did it with his eyes too, and like the mask played so much of a role. It's like because there's times he was in the mask where it was just the bottom half and you could or there's times it was just the top half so you could still see his mouth, and then different faces on the mask. Like there's right here you see the big grin. There was one where it was a sad face. The mask alone was just one of those like scary masks that worked with what he was going after. So it was really he was a really good creepy bad guy.
It was very, hey little boy, I have candy in the back of this van kind of type of movie though. I mean,
it's exactly what it was.
Come and look at this little candy. Gotcha.
Yeah. Which was so my girlfriend was like, I don't want to see this movie because it was just too triggering. I mean, it's not fun watching kids being abused and literally killed and stuff like that. Yeah. So
that was real sad.
I get why people kind of are put off by something like this. But also I could be wrong, but I thought this is loosely based on real life event.
I thought it was based on a book from the 90s.
It's a short story by Joe Hill, who's Stephen King's son, and Stephen King and Son, they really don't like kids. They just write about horrific child murder
or pets.
Yeah. But yeah, I love the atmosphere. I love that sense of dread, in that sense of like uneasiness it's set up, and and just like Brian said, it being a 70s period piece, like the way, like the costuming, even the way that it was shot, just felt very very authentic in that regard. So it was nice to, in a time where like everything wants to be Stranger Things to the point where it doesn't feel as authentic as something like Stranger Things or or the Black Phone does. So it was nice to. I like period pieces that actually feel very, very rooted in said period, and this really did that as well.
Did it have those creepy times where you see like all these kids playing, having a good time, having a good life, and then like murder. It was very triggering.
Yeah.
You say that like, okay, though this is all this good times, it's the good old days where kids could go be kids. I just snatch all you guys up. It was so much like that. Even at the beginning scene was like that. I was like, what the hell? Where am I about to watch?
Yeah. So real quick, I saw as I was looking, I saw this where the Grabbers, which is Ethan Hawke's character, they give him a name, right? But he's the guy who kidnaps him. He goes, his appearance was based off of this character from London After Midnight, which I 100% see. I mean, the mask, like with this grin, but then also like what he's doing with his eyes like bulging out. Ethan Hawke did that. The hair kind of frizzy out on the side. He even had the top hat, like straight up top hat part of it. So yeah, I was like, holy shit, yeah, this is definitely a remake of that character at least, or a revisioning of that character. So, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if we're talk about good things, I mean Ethan Hawke, his acting was so good, as these guys kind of already talked about. And I just want to keep on just kind of harping on that relationship between Finney and Gwen. I mean, I thought that was so key and so great. And see that, I mean, you've seen abusive fathers, we've seen fathers that don't really care about their children, but having them that be together and really take on the world together really was awesome. I loved seeing that. And the demonic stuff, whatever. It is what it is. It's a scary movie, but seeing those aspects always makes me feel good about the movie overall.
Yeah, sibling love.
That was very much like the heart and soul of the movie. The brother and sister relationship. I'm sorry, Tank. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I really enjoyed that relationship, and I kind of even liked kind of the direction they went with the alcoholic father. Even he wasn't completely beyond redemption, which we see like kind of like in the last roughly like quarter of the movie. So that was kind of cool to see. His resentment wasn't from a place of hate, but he was kind of fearing the same, like his daughter would go down the same path. Not excusing his behavior at all early on, but you kind of when he explains himself, when him and Gwen are talking, when Finney goes missing, you kind of get it,
which you get why he is the way he is, rather than just being a drunk alcoholic kind of father, where that's very a cliche thing to do in movies, where like, oh, there's a reason why he's like that, and so it like you said, it doesn't excuse why he was what he was doing, but at least it was something very small and quick, but you're like, oh, okay, it makes it a little bit more
palatable,
understandable.
Yeah.
Rather than just being an asshole, it's like, oh, you're an asshole because you are also messed up in the head, for
even that, the grabber. I mean, you could tell because the way he's acting, going from the high pitched voice to this deep voice, you can see that something happened to him in his childhood. At first thing I thought was like, he's been through something like this, very similar, and he's being now that tortured soul for someone else. But he literally went through the very same stuff that he's putting someone else through. You could tell because that's when the age that it happened. Like when he had a high pitched voice and all this stuff, and you can see why people are doing the things they're doing. And I think that's what also gave it make it more realistic, because you can see why they're doing it, why they're sociopaths, how they turn into sociopaths because someone else did something to them too.
Yeah. So before we get on to the bad things, I have one last thing. I want to see what you guys felt. I feel like Gwen the sister played by Madeline McGraw. She stole the show
easily.
She was great.
Ethan Hawke was great. Mason was great. She stole the show. That part where she gets beat by the dad about the whole cop kind of thing, coming after. That was amazing. Like, I mean, granted, it was a very hard thing to watch,
especially for me having little girls. But
but she was like so emotional and so like it was actually happening, and you were like actually watching like it in real life kind of thing. You know what I mean? She at that moment, I'm like, oh, she is awesome, and she was a badass. Actually, the actual character Gwen was, I thought, a badass. But I think the first scene where Vinny is in the bathroom with the other boy after he beat up the bully, and his acting was kind of a little
here and there, it's kind of a little shaky.
But I'm like, oh, it's gonna be one of those kind of movies with kid acting. Like it's like one of their first movies. She though blew it out of the water for me. She was so good, and her role in the movie was really good as well. And I thought she crushed it. She crushed it. And Ethan Hawke is obviously the face of this movie. She is definitely the driving force of this movie. I feel like
the show stealer.
Yeah, I mean, even the little kid with Mason was alone 80% of the movie.
True.
80% of the movie, he wasn't with anybody. He's talking to a ghost.
Talking on a phone. Yeah. He was good.
He was spending, most of his screen time, acting like on his own, which was impressive. And he really conveyed like the desperation, the helplessness, the frustration, all those things that anyone would go like that. Like he really hats off to him for sure.
Yeah.
All right, what about the bad stuff?
Yeah, I don't know. What do you think? I'll let you guys go first.
I think as far as the runtime was probably the movie's worst enemy. It could have been a little bit shorter. I'd say that was kind of parts where it kind of dragged, really just for the sake of drag. Every movie needs to be like the better part of 2 hours, hour and 45 minutes roughly.
It was an hour 42 minutes, but it felt like they ran out of story to tell, and they were just dragging along something they're beating a dead horse. And if you're doing that, then maybe you should have written a better movie. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe you should have added some more detail to something, or did something else to add to the movie. The movie was very simple. It was a very simple concept of a movie. And for it to feel like it's dragging on and only be an hour 40 minutes is just not good. And that's my biggest concern. Most horror movies can have good pacing. That's when a good horror movie has great pacing, and that's why you don't know when to jump or any of that stuff. I feel like the pacing was missing a little bit. Though it was I do like the movie. I don't want you thinking I didn't like the movie. I did like this movie a lot, but the pacing had left something to be wanted.
This left something to be desired. I definitely agree. I also think the twist with the brother at the end, it kind of just seemed there. It just, if this is a character that pops up like once the police interrogate him very briefly, and he was almost like a brief kind of comic relief character. I almost feel like completely, and it really wouldn't have made much of a difference. He was just very much. Yeah,
it was literally to try to lengthen the movie to make it enough time, and literally that was 12 minutes that was unneeded, and it just wasn't a long movie. It wasn't a movie that's made to go to a movie theater to see. It is a movie that would have been excellent on Netflix. Like one of those, when you watch it on Netflix, it'll be like number 1 or number 2 for the whole week. Like it's that good of a movie. I mean, this movie had to be re-released. Like it's like an indie film that had to be re-released because it's a good movie. Just shouldn't been that long, and it's a short. It should be a short film. That's on Prime.
I mean, it could have gotten away with an hour 30.
If you shaved off that 12 minutes, made it a solid hour 30.
It's for a horror film. That'd be perfect.
Yeah, I thought that would have been good enough. That would have been more than enough. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not there like where you guys are saying like it dragged that point.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't feel like it dragged like that, but I see what you guys are talking about. Like I felt like that was pretty good, but the pace, like I guess the pacing where there was times where like it did skip into like was it Vance's memory?
Mm-hmm.
There's parts where I'm like I was like, wait, hold on a second, but besides that, I'm trying to think of they're the parts that were kind of like a little off-putting. I mean, it was hard to watch at parts at times. There was an article that I saw like right now where it said I guess there's a scene where the movie studio didn't want it to be in there because of the content of it, like how graphic it was. But he's like, no, it's staying in the film. I'm trying to look for it again, but I can't find it again. But I was kind of curious to see which scene that is. But yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I'm curious to see which one it was.
Yeah, if I see it, I'll put it in a Spoiler Kings Facebook group. But I don't know if it has a pacing issue, because I do feel like I had a little bit of pacing issue especially maybe at the beginning part, was I'm like I wasn't sure what I was in for until he got kidnapped. But yeah, I guess that part of it for me dragged. But once he got kidnapped, it was kind of like it was nonstop for me until the very end. The brother thing, I think that might have thrown me off.
It was not needed.
Yeah,
needed.
Yeah, it was just it just it was very, like I said, you could have cut. No one would have noticed a thing.
Yeah,
but I was just kind of like, why? Because he. Go ahead.
Yep, I get you. I mean, was it McGraw or Thames, whatever, or the best part of the movies besides Ethan Hawke?
Yeah,
those kids were the best part of the entire movie. That was it.
Mm-hmm.
You say like the desperation, the neediness, the fear. They really brought that out, and that's hard for young teenagers, almost teenagers, and to be able to do. That's the best part of the whole thing. But then that's what reminded me of Stranger Things, like because it's in the past. These kids are really carrying the show, and I don't know if it gets more traction now because of Stranger Things or what, but it was good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so. Yeah, it was a solid, scary movie. That being said, you guys want to get right into the rating?
Yeah, we'll go right into the ranking.
Yeah.
All right. Mm-hmm. All right, so we do our rankings a little bit different here. Our ratings. So we either rate it a now, later, or never. We don't mess with that. 2 thumbs up, 2 thumbs down, or 1 through 10, stuff like that. So now means you got to drop what you're doing, go watch it. It's worth it. Later means you can wait till it's on streaming. If it's on streaming, you can wait till you're washing dishes and watch it. And never means just skip it. It's not even worth it. So that being said, what do you guys give this one? We'll start off with Brandon.
I would give this one a very high later. It's not necessarily anything that you need to like rush out or see. It's not like it's not like a summer blockbuster. It's not like a Top Gun or anything like that. But it is very, very entertaining. This is like a like Saturday night indoors type movie. You're chilling out. You want like a little something, like a good like horror thriller to watch. I'd say pop this on. It's nothing you need to rush out for, great as it is, but you're definitely going to get your time's worth, and if you're paying for it, you're going to get your money's worth, be it on streaming services if you rent it on digital or whatever. So in that regard, nothing to rush out to see, but when you do, you're going to stay entertained and you're going to stay invested. So that said, I'd give it a very high later.
If I'm tiering it, I'm going to put it on the now tier, but on the bottom half of the now tier. Very similar to what you're saying, but like I feel like it's good enough. I wanted to be on the good tier. This is a good movie, but it's probably one of my top 4 or 5 movies I've seen this year.
Totally.
But that doesn't mean that I want it's right now. It's a now-ish type of movie though.
Yeah.
I think, man, I feel like if Thor wasn't coming out next week, or you got Minions coming out. I take that back.
Minions,
it's probably a now. Yeah, Minions coming out. I think it's a now. Because I was thinking like, no, nothing's gonna compete against that. But I mean, if you want to go see a movie without the kids next week, I think Black Phone is right up there for it. It's good, it's scary. It has some parts where you kind of like appreciate, I think, the things that you have around you a little bit more and this and that. And if you had I don't know, it just had like good Stranger Things vibes, like Brian said. For me, it's a now. It was fun. I don't think you need to go see it right now, like Top Gun and stuff. But next weekend, you're going to a Friday night movie, and you really don't want to deal with a bunch of kids in the Minions theater. There's not going to be any kids in this theater, guaranteed. Guaranteed, there's not going to be any kids in this theater. So it was good. It was good. I enjoyed it. I'm giving it now.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Yeah,
I almost was kind of, but I'll stick with my very high later.
The only reason I put it in the now tiers is I just wanted to put it in a good tier. Like, this is a good movie. It's just,
it really is.
It's top 5 movie that's come out this year for me.
Yeah. I mean, there's like movies like Top Gun where like call off work tomorrow and go see it right now. It's like this you can wait on the weekend when you're going to see a movie, and I think you won't be disappointed. And then I might be spoiling the Baker's reviews here. So also go check out Baker Reviews on YouTube. He said Black Phone was incredible. It's currently my favorite horror/thriller movie of 2022. So there's his thought of this one. And then we also got
we can say the same thing though, can't we? But it is. It's favorite one this year.
I mean, there's not many.
And I have a very jaded view on horror movies because, like, when a horror movie is good, like it's bad, it's really, really bad. And unfortunately, it seems like more often than not, there's more bad ones than good ones. So it's nice to kind of find, like come across like these diamonds in the rough, like the Black Phone. So I was, it was, like I said, very seldom does horror do it for me, but when it does, it really does. And this one, of course, really did.
Yeah, I agree. And then I guess also the critics on Rotten Tomatoes also agree with you. So they gave it an 84% out of 175 reviews. Pretty good. And then the audience also gave it a 90% out of 1,000 verified ratings. So both up there. Yeah. So critics liked it, audience liked it. So I mean, for me, when both are high like that, that's definitely a now category. Like, it should fit in the now for us. But yeah, it's fun. It's I won't say it's fun. It's an entertaining, scary kind of horror film with really a great cast. Like you don't notice it right away, but once it starts going down, and you really start feeling for these characters,
Right.
well, at least for the kid. So yeah, and Ethan Hawke got the crazy guy eyes, man. He pulled that off.
I underestimated how
creepy.
how creepy Buddy can be. I think the only we saw him like in a creepier role, pre this and pre Moon Knight was 2000, the mid 2000s when he was in Taking Lives. He was pretty creepy in that.
Yeah,
that's a good one. Taking Lives was a really good movie. Really good one.
Yeah. Really creepy in that. Very very gruesome first cut, by the way.
Yeah. I mean,
the extended cut.
Yeah, he's been in, he's been in a lot of movies lately. Like just lately, Moon Knight, Black Phone, The Northman. So those are all great movies. And shows. So he's also like that Poet Society, Training Day. I mean, The Purge, Boyhood, Magnificent Seven, Taking Lives, like you said, Reality Bites. I guess he's casted in that Nice Out sequel. What else they got him credited as? Great Expectations. So
he's been in it. Yeah, he's definitely very much been around the block at the.
He's gone through scary movies. He's been in all the love movies. He's been in all of them. He's run the gamut. So when you do those things, it tells you have your acting chops, and you can carry a movie, and that's what he did. He's carried his movies.
And
he was also in. Go ahead.
Fun fact: he almost was not in Training Day. Originally it was going to be Ryan Phillippe or Freddie Prinze Jr. or Tony.
Oh my God, I would hate Freddie Prinze Jr. Oh, I would have hated that. Only thing I liked him is when he's Shaggy, not Shaggy. When he's Fred. When he's Fred, that's it.
Also, I almost forgot. So Ethan Hawke was in Hamlet, the 2000 version. I love that one. It's super highly underrated. It's only got like a 50% Rotten Tomatoes. Bill Murray's in it. Julia Stiles. Kyle
McLaughlin.
McLaughlin. There you go. I think his name.
Yeah.
Liv Shriver. So I mean, it's a great, and I love Hamlet, Othello. Those are definitely two of my favorite Shakespeare ones. And it's definitely a modern day adaptation of the story, and it is really good.
I gotta say, my favorite Ethan Hawke movie is Gattaca.
Gattaca's great.
Gattaca is one of the greatest movies ever.
Gattaca's so good.
It's been a long time since I've seen that.
Same.
It's an all-time great movie, Gattaca. If you haven't seen it, stop what you're doing and go see it.
Yeah,
I remember.
Gattaca's a really good
He's
one.
the main character. He's Vincent.
Shit.
Yeah, him, Uma Thurman, and Jude Law.
Jude Law. Like, you talking about heavy hitters.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and
1997.
Yep.
Oh my God, that is. Oh my God, he's so young.
Look at it. Look at it. So we talking about Maya Rudolph was there. Blair Underwood was in this movie. I mean, this movie is huge. It was such a good movie.
Yeah. Look how young he looks like James Franco almost, right? Like right here.
I remember that movie like this yesterday. Because I thought, I remember watching it, I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah, and who directed that? I think it was Andrew
Nicole
was the director's name.
Andrew Nicole.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I know he what else did he direct? I know he did that. I think he did that.
Truman Show.
In Time.
In Time.
He did the Truman
In
Show?
Time was. Yeah, he did the Truman Show.
In Time was really good.
In Time was great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. In Time was really, really good.
He did a lot of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did a lot of movies.
It was a really cool concept. We're sad when Olivia Wilde died, by the way.
Yeah.
But
I know.
Just
it was a different movie.
Yeah, not just because it was Olivia Wilde, but that scene was kind of was.
No, it's because it was Olivia Wilde. That's exactly what.
There was that too. Yeah. But yeah.
But just keep it kind of going. I just want to make sure like this is a good one. I want you guys to go see it. If you get a chance to see Black Phone, go see it. This is good.
Definitely.
Really good.
Mm-hmm. Be it in the theater or if you wait for it on video or digital or whatever it is. Either way, just
go to the barbershop. If you're a black person, go to the barbershop and go get the bootleg, man.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have a copy for you. You'll be all right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not condoning that. I'm just saying those things happen.
It happens.
Yeah. It happens.
Be legal about it, guys. Be legal about it, but watch it.
I don't know. Now I need to download that clip of you wouldn't steal a car. Why would you steal or whatever that stupid 90s. Yeah. All right. But yeah, man, that's our review on the Black Phone, and we got a little into fanboying about Ethan Hawke of all people. I did not expect that to happen, but you know, he's been around. He's done a lot of great movies. So this is another one.
He is very much a national treasure.
Yes.
Yeah. So you know, obviously we're gonna see some more from him soon in the next Knives Out sequel. So he's not going anywhere anytime soon. So, but we are recommending this movie. I think we got 2 nows and a later. So that is a good movie in Porter King reviews. But anything else, guys, before we head out?
No, I enjoyed the movie. Go see it. This is good. These children, unbelievable.
Yeah, feel the show. Anything last, Brandon?
Yeah. That's pretty much all on my end.
Okay. Cool. So let's get out of here. If everyone watching live, we appreciate it. So make sure you subscribe to the channel so you know when we go live. We're live every Monday and Wednesday. We talk about movies, we talk about TV shows on Wednesday. So we have a lot of fun here, and you know, we nerd out. So especially you want to subscribe to the channel when Love and Thunder comes out, because we are going to lose our damn mind.
Right.
We're probably gonna start early that day because that's gonna be such a long episode.
We could lose our mind over Stranger Things if someone watches it.
It's gonna happen.
Watch it before Eddie goes on the upside down, starts playing the guitar. Damn it.
Oh man. Yeah, it's on my list.
Oh, I can't wait for that. It's going to be the most metal scene ever. I cannot wait.
Yeah.
You don't even know who Eddie is. It's terrible.
No, I've seen the trailers though. Enough. But all right. But yeah, so make sure you guys subscribe. But that is it from us this week. Next week we're talking about Minions: The Rise of Gru. So very different movie, very different vibes. But I think it's gonna be very, very fun. So, but cool. But let's get out of here, guys. Appreciate everyone in chat. Derpy, Baker, all you guys, Alyssa coming back. So, but cool. See you guys next week. Later.
May the force be with you.
See ya.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. We out here.